All right, great, you guys. So we're going to get started with a little bit of just grounding, centering. We'll talk about the moon. I'll read some tarot. So if you would like to do that seated in a comfortable way, close enough to the screen to see the tarot cards when they come up, if you want to, you can do that. If you'd rather be lying down or in some other shape, that's completely welcome too. We just want to take a moment to kind of check in. So you can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and take a little bit of just intuitive movement to help you to sort of settle into your asana, your seat, whatever that looks like today. You might want to do that with a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just taking a moment to kind of situate yourself in the physical space that you're in. To acknowledge the ground that you are sitting on. And also the land. This land that has a long history. And we have a relationship with that land, a historical relationship. And also a personal, intimate relationship, which is happening right now. So just letting those two layers of relationship just sit beside each other. And if you do know the traditional names of this land and the people who held the sacred, take a moment to call that up. And right now I'm on Plains Cree and Blackfoot territory, among others. And as we're feeling into the earth, we're also feeling into our bodies, our flesh and bone, our breath, our spirit, and our energy. And how that physical body is in relationship with not only the land, but also the sky and the moon and the air and the light and everything else. And so as we speak, we are in a waning half moon. It's a little bit more than half right now. So the moon is making its way down towards the new. And we're also on the cusp of September. So we're just in the last week or so of August. And for a lot of us, September brings change. Often that's good change. Often it's change that comes with a lot of intention. We often have kind of plans for the energetic new year, September, back to school. And so this particular waning moon, the energy here for me really feels like cleansing. It really feels like it's time to wash away whatever it is that's kind of at the end of this cycle so that we can move forward into whatever those plans might be. And maybe so that we can kind of move past the things that are in the way of us making those plans or knowing what those plans really need to be in accordance with what's true for our spirits and our bodies. So just take a moment to sort of notice that and see how that's resonating for you if it is. And I'm just going to add a little tarot to the story here today as well. So I'm going to pull a card and I'm sort of calling in the group that's here and also the group that will be watching the recording later as the moon is a little deeper into its waning phase. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. We're back to our swords for this class. So the Queen of Swords is kind of, it's a little bit different from how we've read swords in this class before. Those of you that have been coming, you're probably familiar by now with this idea that swords represents thought. So it's the air element of the cards and what has to do with thinking. The Queen represents a certain level of mastery. So if you kind of think about the court cards as like the page is new, the knight is getting better at it, the queen is really more of a master, and so is the king, but in a little bit of a different way. So the queen sometimes represents mastery from an emotional perspective. So to have the mastery around an intuitive emotional side with the swords, we really have someone who kind of knows, like there's more of a knowing that's happening here, an invitation to wisdom. So as you are moving into the September season and thinking about your intentions and your plans, the indication here is actually that you already know everything that you need to know to move forward and to make the choice that you need to make if that's part of what's happening for you. And that, you know, the wisdom really comes from not only thinking through rationally what's going on, but also allowing yourself to feel and sort of be in your energy or in your intuition as you're kind of moving forward into this next thing. But this particular card is not about a struggle. It's really about remembering what you already know, remembering that your wisdom is already within you, and that you've been through whatever it is that you've been through to be at a place where you this type of mastery. So you've already done the hard part. It's just a reminder that you already know that you can do this. Okay, so that's quite an encouraging card. And if you kind of look at that figure there, I mean, she's a queen. She knows what's up. She's got her sword. She knows how to use it, right? So that's you right now. So that's our lovely message for today. All right, so at the end, of course, you're welcome to ask more questions about the tarot. We can come back to it later, but for now, let's come to our mats. So I'll invite you to make your way over onto your yoga mat if you're not there already. And let's start in seated, actually. So I know some of you are already there. You may or may not want to sit on the cushion. And actually, maybe not right now because we're going to be sort of moving right away. So I'm just sitting cross-legged. And you can take your hands onto your knees and just close your eyes if they're not already closed and start to rock. So one of the things that I really love about yoga is the moving meditation. And around the half moon, the flow practice is really the invitation. So on your inhale, rocking forward, on your exhale, rocking back. And you can close your eyes as you do this and just see if you can really let the breath move your body. So it's not something you have to think really hard about. It's not about doing something correctly, but really feeling in to what's going on in the body. And maybe we've even got a little bit of that reminder from the Queen of Swords here, just telling us, you know, we already know what to do. If we can tap into our intuition, we'll be able to move forward in whatever it is we need to move forward with. So, you know, you can circle, you can move side to side, you can roll your head, maybe your arms want to do a particular thing. So we're just going to close our eyes and move for a bit here. And we're not going to be too directed. So just something to explore. Just as fast or slow as your breath wants you to go. And then eventually coming back to center and just switching which leg is on top. You might want to sit up on your cushion now. We'll just be seated here for a little bit longer, so feel free to tuck it under your bum if that's more comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, go ahead and inhale your arms up to the sky, and then exhale them wide and back down to the ground, allowing the fingertips to just touch lightly to the earth beside you. Sweeping up, inhaling, and exhaling. Again, sweeping up. This time, as you exhale, turn in one direction. I'm going to the left, and just let the arms come down so you're in a little bit of a twist. You can kind of hold on to whatever's accessible there, the knee, the floor. Lift your heart and gently spiral. So we don't want to really pull or tug, but we're just gently twisting. And the ear may gently fall to the shoulder. So my left ear towards my left shoulder. There's just a little bit of neck release there. And then bring your head back to neutral. Inhale, arms up as you twist back to center. And then over to the second side, just letting the arms fall kind of where they will. So we're not really reaching to try to grab something in particular. Just getting nice and long through the spine. And you might allow your ear to drop towards your shoulder. And then again, head back to neutral. Inhale, arms up, twisting back to center. And then release the arms in front of you, and you could roll over your shins to come to hands and knees, or just kind of roll to one side, however works best for you. And we'll just keep working with that intuitive flow. Cat and cow, maybe up toward downward dog. So just working our way there. So just like we did in seated, inhaling to open, exhaling to close, and exploring side to side movement, circles, whatever feels good. Maybe even child's pose, depending on how you're feeling today. And when you do eventually move into downward dog, just take that same intention with you. So kind of exploring the movement with your breath. Soft elbows, soft knees, soft neck. And eventually walk your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Again, same intention here. Knees as bent as you need them to be. Inviting any kind of intuitive movement. So that might be bending one knee at a time or swaying side to side. And if you're feeling stillness, that's perfect. So just keep breathing. And then roll to stand when you're ready. Draw belly in, bend the knees a lot. Let the head and shoulders come up last. If you need to come up with a flat spine to protect your back, that's fine as well. And then collect your shoulders onto your back and take a breath to feel. Okay, so we're gonna move through a sun salutation, sort of. We're gonna move through a flow. Okay, so when you're ready, go ahead and reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive down to the earth. Take your hands up your shins as you inhale, halfway lift, and then down the backs of your calves as you exhale and fold. Step your right foot behind you, bring down the knee. Reach your arms up to the sky, inhale. Settle here, shoulders down the back. Hook your thumbs, open your heart, lift to the sky a little bit farther. And then back to downward facing dog. Come forward to your plank. You could do that on your knees and come all the way down to your belly. Take your hands a little bit wide and ahead of you. Lift your heart as you press the tops of the feet down. And as you exhale, fold down. And do that 2 more times. So inhaling, rising up, elbows are lifted, shoulders on the mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold, and then this time we'll come into a full pranam. So on the belly, reach the arms forward, palms up, forehead or chin to the earth, and soften. Take a nice deep breath. When you're ready, hands come by the low ribs. Make your way back to downward facing dog, or you could do hands and knees if you prefer. That's totally fine always. Right leg is going to rise up to the sky just as high as feels good. And then step that foot through. Lower your back knee down. You could always keep the knee lifted if you're more comfortable there. Reach the arms up. Settle, shoulders down, press the hips a little bit forward. Then flip the left palm, hold on to it with your right hand, and gently curve to the right. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Inhale. Stay as you exhale. Inhale, come up through center. Release the hands to the top of your mat. Hands along the shins as you inhale. And along the calves as you exhale. Bend the knees, rising all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Again, hands along the shins. Inhale, and along the calves as you exhale. Left foot will step back, knee down if that feels safe. Reach your arms up. Settle, shoulders down, nice long sides of the waist. Hook your thumbs, open the chest a little bit more. Downward facing dog. Connect the palms, step back. Come forward to plank and all the way to the belly. As before, hands a little bit ahead of you, tops of the feet pressed down, lift your heart and soften. 2 more times. Think of lengthening, don't worry about how high up you're going. Full pranam, reach the arms forward, palms up, forehead or chin down, relax the legs, relax the belly, surrender. As you're ready, hands by the low ribs, make your way back to downward dog, or you could do hands and knees. On an inhale, left leg is going to rise up to the sky. Step that foot through. Reach the arms up and settle. Flip your right palm, hold on to it, curve to the left. Keep the tailbone long, hips gently pressing forward. Beautiful, inhale, and then come to the top of your mat. Fingertips and feet. Lengthen and melt. Bend the knees, rise all the way up. And then place your hands over top of your heart. And just take a moment to breathe and feel that energy flowing through you. Okay, next inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Dive to the earth. Hands along the shins as you inhale, along the calves as you exhale. Step your right foot back. Again, knee down, reach the arms up. Settle as you exhale. Then hook the thumbs. Pull them apart a little bit, open the chest, draw tailbone down. Lengthen again, maybe tipping back slightly more. Inhale, and then on your next exhale, straighten your front leg and bring your hands down to either side or onto your bricks if that's more comfortable for you. Little bend in the knee, draw the left hip back. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, melt. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt. One more. Take your time. Okay, and then inhale to look forward. Use your exhale to make your way back to downward dog so you can bend the knee, connect the palms and step back. So to see how it works for you. And then let's take vinyasa here. So coming forward to plank pose, on or off the knees, little push up, hugging the elbows in, and then pull the heart through to upward dog. Knees are lifted, arms are straight, or you could do cobra if that feels safer. And then back to your downward dog. Take a breath. Right leg will rise to the sky. Step the foot through. Reach your arms up. And settle. Good. Flip your left palm, hold the wrist with your right hand, and curve to the right. Draw the tailbone lightly down, but nice and long through the sides of your waist. Okay, inhale up through center. This time, as you exhale, turn to the right and open your arms up. Inhale again, and then tip down so that your left fingertips come to the earth and your right arm is up to the sky. So we're in a little bit of a twist. If you want to lift up your back knee, you can. Hug the shoulders onto the back, open the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, and then gently release the hands and step forward to the top of your mat. Lengthen, draw your heart forward. Exhale and melt. Bend the knees, rise all the way up. Exhale, dive back down. Hands along the shins, inhale, and along the calves as you exhale. Left foot steps back, knee comes down. Reach the arms up. And settle. Nice, you guys, hook your thumbs. Rise up, opening the chest. Slightly pulling the thumbs apart. Inhale. And release your hands to either side of your front foot onto bricks if appropriate. I'm just untucking my back toes here, and we'll take 3 nice juicy breaths. So inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to melt. 2 more like that. You can close your eyes if you want. Okay, and then inhale to look forward. Use your exhale to make your way back to downward dog. And we can again take vinyasa. So that can mean lots of different things, including cat and cow or just taking a rest. Okay, otherwise maybe coming through plank, little push-up. And then upward dog or cobra. Back to downward dog. Okay, next time you inhale, send your left leg up to the sky. Step it through. Rise up. Settle. Slip your right palm. Hold the wrist with your left hand and curve. Beautiful. And then up through center and twist, turning to the left. Inhale, and then bring the fingertips down and twist open. Hug the shoulders onto the back, open the heart to the sky. Okay, next time you exhale, gently bring the hands to either side of the front foot, pick up the back knee, step forward. Hands along the shins as you inhale and along the calves as you exhale. Then the knees rise all the way up. And then bring the hands over top of the heart. Take a moment to breathe and feel. Thinking of the energy flowing down your body, through your feet, into the earth below you. Releasing whatever is not needed. Beautiful. Reach the arms up again. Inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hands along shins as before. Hands along calves as you exhale. This time, plant the palms and make your way back to downward dog. If you'd like to add a vinyasa here, you can. You can certainly stay or rest. Okay, and we're gonna meet on hands and knees, so bring your knees down when you're ready. You may want to pad your knees a little bit. We'll be here for a moment. You can always adjust that as we go. We're not gonna go super fast or anything. We're gonna bring the knees a little bit closer together. Draw belly in, heart forward, shoulders onto the back, fingers spread, or you could be on fists if that's more comfortable for you here. And then send your right leg up towards the sky. We're gonna take a nice circle here. So keep your spine nice and straight and sure. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring the knee in towards you and open to the right. Just 3 of these. Okay, and then next time the leg is up towards the sky, keep it there. Stay or float the left hand forward. Stay or reach back with your left hand, grab your foot and take a little tiger pulling its tail, pressing the foot into the hand, allowing the shoulder to move back. Keep the core engaged, but you can back bend a little bit here. Okay, release the foot behind you so the leg is straight and the toes land near the back of your mat. Spin that heel down as if you were going to do a warrior 2 and allow your left foot to open to the left off your mat a little bit. And then the right arm comes open to the sky. Okay, stay here. If you're feeling like you have some energy, you want to work a little bit more, see if you can float that top leg off the ground and then forward, landing the outer arch of the foot on the mat in front of you. So you're in a fallen star, that's sometimes called. Optional. Keep breathing. And then bring the knee down if it's not already. Float your right foot off the ground. Yeah, so we've got the left knee on the ground. So both legs are not floating. And then you can bend the right leg and hold on to it with your right hand. So it's kind of that similar shape, but in a different direction. Again, the shoulders moving back. It's a little bit of a back bend. You're kicking the foot into the hand. Nice, inhale. And then gently, we're gonna step that right foot forward towards the top of the mat. So just be aware of your left knee. You might need to go kind of a couple of steps so that you're not twisting the knee. And then we're going to come into warrior two. So we're going to spin that left heel down, reach the arms up and open. So if that was confusing, the right leg is forward and we're in warrior two. And I'm just turning around so that you can still see me. Okay, get your knee aligned over your ankle. We're going to do a little sky archer. So we're going to inhale and then exhale. The back arm comes down, forward and up like we're stringing a bow, and then straighten the front leg. Right arm goes up to the sky. Exhale, back down. Inhale, string your bow, left arm circles. And then the right arm flips and we straighten the front leg to rise. So don't worry too much about, where the breath is going or if you've got it perfectly right. Just imagine you're stringing a bow and then you're sending that arrow into the sky. So that's this gesture of how are we going to move into this next cycle, this next phase, stringing that spirit bow. One more time. Beautiful. Then keep your front leg straight and come into triangle. A little bit of a bend in the knee. Letting the right arm come down, left arm open, just taking that nice triangle shape. So it doesn't have to be down too far. Chest is open. Breathing here. Inhale, and then spin your hands down. Step back to downward dog. Come through plank on or off your knees and then all the way down to your belly. Take your palms a little in front of you in a cactus shape. Lift your heart and lower. Lift your heart and lower. One more time. And then full pranam. Release forehead or up, taking a moment to surrender. When you're ready, find your hands by your ribs and come back up to your hands and your knees. Spread the fingers or use your fists. Knees are a little closer together. Engage the core so you've got a nice neutral back. Left leg goes up to the sky. 3 nice slow circles like you're stirring the molasses. Okay, knee comes in, opens to the side and back up to the sky. Follow your breath. Doesn't have to be the same as mine. Exhaling, the knee comes in. Inhaling, it opens. One more. Beautiful. And then the leg will stay behind you with the knee bent. You can stay here or see how it feels to float your right arm forward. You're going to be using your core a bit there. And if you're comfortable, you can reach back and grab your foot, press the foot into the hand, allow the shoulder to roll back and look forward. So you are in a little bit of an arch for your spine, but keep your core engaged. And then release the foot, straight back behind you, spin the heel down and allow your right foot to open a little bit. And I find it quite helpful to have the hand just slightly ahead of the shoulder and open up here. Okay, you can stay if you want to work a little bit more powerfully today. You can extend your bottom leg forward in a fallen star. That's like a side plank, sort of. Certainly don't have to. Lovely. And then bring your knee back down if it's lifted, and then float that left leg. Just holding my mic so it doesn't fall out. Okay, and then you can bend the left leg, reach back with your left hand, hold the foot, and take that little bit of a back bend here. gentle with that foot, bring it all the way forward. So just be aware of your right knee, which is on the ground. So you might need a couple steps just to make sure that it doesn't get twisted on the ground. And then we're opening all the way into warrior two. So that back heel spins down, we reach up and open. So we've got our left leg forward, front heel bisects the back arch. The knee is right over the ankle. Okay, now we're going to string our bow, which is kind of the work of the straighten string the bow, send the arrow to the sky. So take your time, keep breathing. Going, so it depends on how fast you're stringing your bow. One more. Awesome, and then we'll keep the front leg straight and tip into triangle. Nice and long through both sides of the waist, not too low down so you don't have to have a lot of weight on your bottom hand, chest opening. Gorgeous, you guys. Inhale and then all the way back to downward dog. Optionally take your vinyasa if you wish. Okay, and I'm just going to show you two options for what we're going to do next. So option one, on the knees, we're going to extend the right leg back, spin the left leg open a little bit and open up into the same shape we did before, optionally holding the foot. Okay, so we did that. That's option one. Option two is wild thing. So from downward dog, right leg goes up, hips open, knee bends, and then you can flip so that you're on the ball of your right foot, left leg is straight, and we open the heart to the sky and the top hand reaches back. Okay. So choose whichever one you'd like to do. Extend your leg, open, and can go to the sky. Come on back. And then right away, second side. Left leg expands, extends, opens. And then you're either taking that opening with the leg or you're taking wild thing. One back. Last vinyasa if you wish for one. We'll meet in child's pose. And if child's pose doesn't work for you, the full pranam is really nice. Just take a moment to let your forehead connect with the earth. To continue to feel the breath moving through your body, the energy moving through your body, and just noticing what happens around that. And then when you're ready, you can come to your belly. And we're going to take one little back bend here. So there are so many. Okay, so one of them is just a simple cobra, similar to the one that we were doing earlier in the practice. Otherwise, we'll try bow. So you can bend both knees, hold on to your feet behind you. Just take a moment to find your core, but you don't want to really tuck your tailbone too much. Shoulders onto the back and lift any amount. Kicking the feet into the hands. And this is one of the best poses for cleansing. Just kind of squeezes the organs. And then when you're ready, release. Take your left cheek to the mat and your arms in a cactus shape. If being on your belly doesn't serve you today, feel free to lay on your back, okay? When you're ready, slide your right knee up towards your right elbow. So you're in a pose called sleeping baby. If you're laying on your back, same exact thing, just on your back, like tree pose, laying on your back. Okay, from here, we're gonna come into a twist. So you can lift your chest up and tuck your left arm under you. So you're coming onto the outer part of the shoulder. The right arm rises and you're rolling open into your twist. So you might stay in the single knee twist. You might bring your knees together, or you might take a more open version if you're not wanting to take the deeper twist. That's fine too. Just find the one that works for you. And breathe into your belly. Again, we're working a little bit with cleansing here, with releasing, squeezing and releasing. And twists are a really beautiful way to do that. There's also this feeling of kind of softening as we let go of whatever it is that we need to move out of the way so that we can remember what we already know. We can remember that we already have everything we need to move forward. Okay, and then we'll come back to the belly. Look to the other side, so looking left, right cheek on the mat, arms in a cactus, and bend the left knee up towards the left elbow. And my head is just lifted because my mic is on my right ear. Breathing into the belly. And then when you're ready, we'll tuck that right arm under and roll open into whatever version of a twist works well for you. So you can do this one kneed version, you can stack the knees, or you can widen the space between the knees a little bit more, if that's a better place for you to be. Breathing into the belly. Soft shoulders. And then from here, we're just gonna roll to the side and then press up to a seat. And then you can find your cushion again to sit on. And take your soles of the feet together and your knees open wide in a bit of a diamond shape. So not too close to your pelvis, a little bit forward. Take your hands onto sort of whatever is comfortable for you to hold with your hands. And if your knees are a bit sensitive, you might want to put a little padding underneath in here. Roll your shoulders onto your back, lift your heart, and then drop your chin forward. Begin to roll your head from side to side, just as slow as you want to go. Then you can begin to dip forward a little bit. So you can kind of allow more of your spine to be moving in a semicircle. So shoulders can come to, upper back might roll. Eyes could be closed here for sure. I'm just beginning to dip a little bit more into your hips, rocking from side to side, and just really approaching this as an exploration. Where does the body need a little release? Where does it feel good? Hips is another one of those places that can kind of hold on to some energetic gunk. And when we can release that a little bit, it just can kind of help us to lighten the load a bit. So you can keep moving, or if you're feeling like you want to just come to stillness right in the center, feel free to do that, allowing the head to fall forward. So be gentle with your back here. If you're feeling anything in your lower back, you might prefer to keep your lower back nice and neutral, and you can just work with the head and neck. Even just tipping forward with that neutral back, there's definitely hip opening there. You don't have to round your spine to access hip opening. And then when you're ready, roll yourself back up. Okay, I like to take the fingertips behind me and squeeze my shoulder blades together as I wiggle my toes. And then I'll bring the knees together, widen the feet, and take a little windshield wiper. So we're going to move from here into our reflection. You can certainly do that seated. If you'd like to do it in a shape, in a restorative shape, you can lay on your back and take a prop like the brick or bolster underneath the back of the pelvis. And just allow your belly to really soften. Knees can fall together, arms could be anywhere. And just focus on breathing into your belly, which is a very cleansing practice, just to breathe into the belly. Okay. So take a few minutes to be in our reflection. We've been working with this energy of the waning moon, that idea of cleansing what's ready to be let go in our bodies, just sort of flowing the energy through. So notice if those ideas are resonating, or if there's something else that's coming up, which is fine too. And we'll just be here for a little while. You can certainly stay as you are. If you would like to shift from here into your journaling or a more formal meditation shape, or even just coming into Shavasana, those are all great options. We're going to continue to reflect in the quiet for the next few minutes. If you haven't already come to a Shavasana shape, you may like to take just our last couple of minutes in the quiet to rest there before we meet to close. Take a moment to notice how you feel in your body right now. Your mood, your energy. Maybe there's a little piece that you were able to release today. Maybe that will come in the next few days. You can begin to deepen your breath. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and rock your head from side to side. You can stretch, reaching the arms up over your head. Legs out long. And then draw in the knees and roll to one side. And gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat and take your hands in a mudra that makes sense for you. So you could do palms over top of your chest, palms together, hands in your lap, whatever feels right. And then gently bow your mind to your hands, your heart, your breath, all of these parts of you that are always connected to the earth and the sky and the moon and everything else. Honoring and acknowledging the sacredness of the land that we practice on, wherever that may be in the world. Honoring the long and complex lineage of teachers that is with us as we practice our yoga and meditate and read our tarot. Thank you for sharing your cleansing waning moon practice with me today.